What up, y'all? What up, y'all? I'm back in business, gone for a couple days, and we're here. I've gotten a large majority of the day done already. It's like 5:30 right now, and I literally just ate lunch. I didn't have the chance to record this morning. Been hella busy, been gone from Thursday. Today's now Monday. And one thing I learned about myself, and something I really want to touch base on with you guys, because I don't think I've touched base on this yet and spoken about it. So a lot of people say online, you know, staying at home, staying at your parents' house is keeping you in a shell. So over the weekend, I went back home. Right now I'm in Florida. I moved here last year, and I previously moved out of my mom's house like 3-4 years ago. And the thing is, I don't realize, but when I really start to look back at when I start to hit bigger numbers, start to do better, it was around that time where I shifted into moving out, being completely on my own, taking care of myself, paying my own bills, and all that stuff. Now, the reason why I say that is it's one big thing to literally just move out of your comfort zone. And I did this stuff in increments. I left my mom's, went to my apartment like 30-40 minutes down in the West End. Then I moved back to the East End. And the mental shift, moving back down the street from my childhood home, kind of fucked me up, if I'm gonna be honest. It put me in a state of mind where I just felt like, you know what? I'm not really making any progress after I had made so much progress. And then now moving over to Orlando and going back, every time I visit back home, it puts me in another state of mind where I'm like, I just need to leave. I just need to leave because I feel so, I want to say stuck or trapped. It puts me back in the state of mind where I feel comfort. I'm around all my friends. I'm around family. I'm around people that I grew up with. And I go out in public and I see people I know, and it's just like seeing these people, not my friends, all my friends are doing really well. Love all my friends, but seeing certain people that I went to high school with still being in the same position they've been in for like the last 10 years, still working the same fast food jobs that, you know, they worked out when we were in high school. It puts me in a state of mind where I'm like, I feel like I'm surrounding myself with people that just don't got it, right? And it's not to say I'm better than other people or anything like that, but it's a mental shift. You have to put yourself in an environment where you feel comfortable and you're capable of working. Don't allow yourself to go back to your comfort zone. But you don't notice these things until you leave the situation and go back into it. So it's not the shift in leaving, you know, your childhood home, your city, or whatever it is that is going to give you that mental shift. It's the position that you put yourself in, the uncomfortable position of literally just coming out of that zone that, you know, this grocery store is right down the street from me, the gym's here, this is here, this is here, and it's like putting yourself in your own shell, your own bubble, that is a space that you feel comfortable in. And I think that gave me, like, subconsciously the biggest boost of energy, and not only that, a bigger drive to be able to provide for myself, because not only did I start up my own business and do these things for myself, but also allowed myself to leave on my own, get my own place, get my own spot, and all these things kind of inspire me to keep pushing. And then when you're on your own, you know you're by yourself, so you're the only person that can support yourself. So what I'm saying is, if you're young and you're an aspiring entrepreneur, you're trying to start a business, you're trying to run your own, let's say, e-com store, you're trying to trade or whatever it is, I find importance in figuring out how to exit your comfort zone. The first time I did that, I left my mom's house. I went to a friend's house in California. I had never met these people before and ended up staying there for like 6 months, right? And I think that was like my first opportunity, is just exiting my comfort zone, being on my own and starting to do things a little bit more independently, to then moving out, and then to then moving to a different spot, buying my condo, and then from my condo to my home now. So it's like, allow yourself to be in those uncomfortable positions. Like, let's say, I don't know, you have a relative or let's say a friend or somebody that's, let's say, in a similar industry or whatever it is, and live, let's say, abroad or out of the city or whatever it is. Allow yourself to kind of experience those things, right? And I'm not saying travel. What I'm saying is put yourself in a position where you're uncomfortable. You have to figure things out. You're not familiar with the way certain things operate, and you get yourself out of that level of comfortability, right? I think that's a very important thing, especially for an entrepreneur, because as an entrepreneur, if you're dependent upon people to be able to survive and live, it does hinder some slight progress. But what I will tell you guys is, if you do have the advantage of doing that, allow yourself to take advantage of not paying as many bills while you can stack up your bread, and then start reinvesting your bread into those type of things, and allowing yourself to expand your horizon by being in an uncomfortable position, by being in different places, by getting your first crib, by getting an apartment, by experiencing these different things in life. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you are independent in the way where at the end of the day, your business operating is contingent upon your performance and how you allow this business to grow, right? So if you don't get up every day and put the work in to grow the business, how are you going to expect the business to grow? And certain things in life have to be the same way, right? If you get up every day and you're dependent upon your parents, dependent upon, you know, this person or that person to be able to support you so that you can live, well, why are you going to have the drive to even perform in your business? Because you don't need to go make the money in your business to be able to support yourself in life, right? That's a lot of different things, and there's a lot of different ways to look at it. But what I will tell you guys is don't just get up and rush out of your parents' house and try to move out. But if you have the ability to do that, it is something that I do think any entrepreneur should potentially invest their funds in and potentially invest their money in, because you have your own space. It's significantly better. Yeah, am I sweating? It's significantly better. Yeah, so that being said, I think that's the biggest thing, or the biggest kind of takeaway that I've kind of gotten from going back to the city. And I want to hold myself back from doing that on a regular basis. It's not something that I feel like is beneficial for me, because every time I go back, I lose that sense of drive, and I find myself being too comfortable. Now, moving forward, I guess the way that I've kind of thought about things is that, I don't know, I might make it a goal of mine to potentially keep buying properties and move into these properties for a year or 2 years, just to continue to expand, be in different locations, and allow myself to be uncomfortable and adapt to my situation. Because what I do find is after a certain period of time, you end up getting comfortable with where you're at. And the more comfortable you are, the easier it is to keep following the same type of schedule, right? Like if I live here for 5 years, well, I'm gonna get up every single day and vibe on my same schedule for 5 years. I can't really expect much change until certain things are applied internally, right? But if you allow yourself to move around, open your mind, be uncomfortable, be comfortable being uncomfortable, I think that's the main takeaway of this video. I think it's a big game changer for you guys, right? So yeah, I just want to hop on here today, give you guys a little bit of insight on my experience doing that, and just spread a little bit of value. Now, for the rest of the month, we only have about 2 weeks left in the month. It's been weird. I've learned a lot about myself these past couple months already. 2025 has been like one of the most fucked up years so far. I don't know. It was weird enough in 2024, but 2025 is like, there's so much going on with the world to the point where you don't even know how to adapt personally. And this really shows you that as an entrepreneur, it's more so a lifestyle, and not just, it's a lifestyle and it's not just a job. You don't just have a job. A lot of people talk to me when I meet people, they're always like, oh, so your job is remote? I don't have a job. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't even know if I want to label myself an entrepreneur. Labeling myself an entrepreneur puts me in a position where I kind of feel like I'm like a lot of these other fucks out there, and I'm not, right? So that's probably a topic for a whole other video. But yeah, guys, anyways, I was getting derailed there and getting off track. Point is, I want to hop on here and really talk about that. Allow yourself to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And for future reference, the link to the Telegram in the description down below, as always, for those of you that want to network, talk, whatever it is, join there. And oh yeah, a lot of you guys have been adding me up on IG recently. So keep adding me on IG, shoot me a message if you guys need help with anything, let's talk. And aside from that, leave a like, comment, subscribe, guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.